And hello everyone, and welcome to our new stream here on Access the Animus. And today we're going to do something different. We are streaming Unity as we did in the last few weeks. But today we're going to do something different. We are playing as Elise in Assassin's Creed Unity, which the game doesn't really allow. Thanks to a mod by Halzoid98. So, welcome to the stream. Let me check if everything is working properly. I think we are. Everything should be fine. And this is a mod you can find online. You can find the name of the creator of the mod, Halzoid98, in the description if you'd like to look it up. Basically, it allows you to play as Elise with Elise's model. Hello, Tharius. Welcome to the stream. And that's pretty much it. You can do anything you can do as Arno. All the gameplay elements are very much the same. You can do parkour. You can throw smoke bombs. Use the Phantom Blade, and also works in the cutscenes. So later we're going to play some more story. Hello, George. Welcome to the stream. Don't call me master. Hello, Atef. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? You did mention you had to undergo some peculiar stuff in your life, so I hope you are recovering. I hope everything is fine, or at least it's getting better. I hope it really does. So yeah, we can see our Elise doing all the cool parkour stuff that Arno does. We can assassinate people, I think, or you can scare the bullies by shooting, not at the bullies maybe, but
I don't remember how to shoot.
no, come on. There should be this button here. And then you point, and then... Alright. Oh, Atep, you're doing good. That's amazing. I'm so happy to read this, especially after you mentioned what you were going through in the comments. The other day, you just scare them or intoxicate them. Don't throw. That's your tactic all the time. Sary here is having the time of her life, not knowing any button here. So yeah. Very much this is a mod where the Elise model is placed over Arno, so the voiceover is still Arno. So throughout the cutscenes we will see we're playing still with Arno's sexy voice. Yes, Essence, she keeps Arno's voice in the cutscene. Of course, those scenes were never recorded to be played as Elise. So it's just Elise's outfit and 3D model. So all the close-ups on Arno, everything on her, on him, very much work with her. We're gonna see in a mission right now, and it's really cool. And it's one of the ways there's so many mods for Unity at the moment. It's one of the ways to go back and play Unity and find something fresh. There are some modders out there that can do like wonders with all the Assassin's Creed games. And we thought like this could be a nice surprise and a bit of freshness in our streams. I think you can assassinate the guy easily. There we go, Elise. You need to learn the assassin strategies. I love Elise's outfit. I always put it on Evie. It looks nice on her, even if it stands out a bit in England, yes. I usually am not a huge fan of the legacy outfits, but it's always cool to see how they are represented and portrayed in new games. I'm not a huge fan, pretty much only because they like you said, they do stand out, and I like to play as a proper assassin, or at least a character that does hide in the crowd. So dressing as, I don't know, Shay in Egypt wouldn't work. It doesn't feel nice to me, but I'm always interested in seeing how they reimagine and rework the outfits in the new games. I was a big fan of Altair's outfit in Valhalla, honestly, especially because you can use photo mode in the new worlds and with Altair's outfit, so that's cool. Essence is asking, what's your opinion on Assassin's Creed 3? I just finished playing Assassin's Creed Remaster for the first time and I loved it. My opinion of Assassin's Creed 3. There's a lot to unpack for Assassin's Creed 3. I would say I think that for hardcore fans, it really expanded the modern day and first civilization lore in a meaningful way, to the point that even to this day, we are 10 years after AC3, and still the main Isu lore is based on something that was explained in AC3. So that's very cool. And the modern day story as well, like with Desmond and what he did. In terms of historical story, I do like Connor more. That's our non-Arno right there, having to infiltrate the Hotel de Ville. In terms of historical story, I do like Connor more than a lot of people did or disliked him, honestly, because he's a more introvert than most brash main characters in Assassin's Creed. But that's his uniqueness, the way in which he shows what he feels for his people, and then for the people at the homestead, is a different way from what you see from the average character. So that's something that I really like to see every now and then, like to go back to AC3 or the cutscenes. Sometimes I go and rewatch them. It's really nice. I would like to see some more Connor in the future, whatever, like in transmedia or in the games, but Ubisoft seems to not really like him and Arno. They're not really in the legacy content in terms of story for the AC brand recently, at least. Hello Hernan, welcome to the stream. Yes, this is a mod for PC. As far as I know, I'm not super knowledgeable about mods, but I don't think there are mods for consoles. So yes, this is a mod for PC. And compared to last week, I also put all the settings like in Ultra. So now this is like super high quality, at least for what the game allows. We are playing in 1080p because I'm pretty sure that the game was never upscaled to 4K. So other than that, we're playing with all the highest settings here. Are we ever going to get an AC1 remaster or remake? I never played it and I want to, but it's really hard to get into. A lot of people have been asking for an AC1 remake. I think it's gonna come at some point. This year is the 15-year anniversary, so this is one of the best chances that we might have an AC1 remaster. But a lot of people have been asking for it, and if there's a good number of people asking for something, Ubisoft at some point will cave or try to follow the demand. It happened with the crossovers. It happened with the Origins 60 FPS patch that they're looking into. It happens with a lot of support for the games. It happens a lot of times, so this might happen as well. I like Connor personality was a nice change from the usual snarky protagonist. Yes, especially considering that after that most characters again went on to be snarky. Sary cannot hide in the in there. I mean, it's fine if it's Elise the Templar looting bodies. That's fine for the guards. I like the fact that the stealth system recognizes the model, Elise's model, apart from the hair. So when you get spotted, but not really, like when they see you, your last known position, they do show Elise's model and not Arno, aside from the head, which is pretty cool. It's like the game reacts to the model that is playing, the 3D model that is playing as main character, which is so cool. The homestead missions are so much better than the AC Valhalla settlement building. I agree. I would agree. I mean, there are some nice story missions in the settlement. I do remember some cool. I would put them on par. Like there are some cool missions in the settlement as well. Probably they are more meaningful in AC3 for Connor rather than the missions in Ravensthorpe for Eivor. But I would put them pretty much on the same level. I have a question. In AC Syndicate DLC, is Jacob killed by Jack? I think he is not. At the end, Jacob is saved by Elise, even if he's heavily damaged and heavily injured, if I recall correctly. I'm pretty sure that he is not killed. Hello Damien, welcome to the stream. My favorite game. My favorite game, I never able to answer that question easily, and Sary was. You have to go the other way. It's a mixture in terms of modern day and first civilization. I would say Brotherhood and AC3. I really liked the modern day. Well, the modern day, not sure. I really like the Isu story in AC3. The modern day had some issues, especially with the character of Daniel Cross and also Desmond at times. And in terms of historical story, I'm gonna go with AC2. I'm very biased. I'm Italian, so AC2 all the way. Yeah, his eye is gone, but he survives. Jacob's eye is gone. Like it's like very super damaged. You can see that he's not able to open it or something like that. Like there is a dedicated model for Jacob after he is, let's say, tortured by Jack. Brotherhood is so damn good. I agree. I wasn't super, at least at the time. I should go back to play it, or we should go back to stream it at some point. I wasn't super interested in the historical story in Brotherhood. 10 years later, 12 years later, I don't remember a lot of the historical story in Brotherhood and the characters, apart from the Borgia family. While the modern day story was like super on point. The Juno stuff was great. That was the first appearance of Juno, and it was cool to say that like some of the first civilization members may not be as good or as positive. And at that point, we still didn't know what to do exactly, what to expect from the first civilization. What Desmond was meant to be in 2012, so that was pretty cool. 1 month since the release of Dawn of Ragnarok and no word or roadmap of Valhalla Year 2. What do you think is going to happen? First of all, I'm going to say I very much agree. Careful, Sary. I very much agree with the sentiment of the entire community here, with being very unhappy that there's no were no communication by Ubisoft on anything about year 2. And if you don't count Dawn of Ragnarok, which is a paid content, there hasn't been any communication on the free updates, on the free content, and in general for fixes for months now. It should be 3 to 4 months. Other than the promotional material on Dawn of Ragnarok, I think that the last communication was in December of 2021 or early January 2022, something like that. So it's really not good. I would prefer Ubisoft to say, hey, we had some change of plans internally, or we need more time to develop the free content, or whatever. Like, we decided to not support Valhalla anymore. Whatever that is, I would prefer Ubisoft to be clear on that and say, hey, you might need to wait for, I don't know, some more weeks or some more months, whatever. I'd prefer more clarity than be left hanging outside. Like it's not like I spent all my time, all my day wondering, like, what are they gonna do with Valhalla? Absolutely, but as a fan, and after investing so much time in the game, it's not looking really, really good, especially with the promises. Like, this was promised to be the most ambitious DLC post-launch plan, and it was not. You effed up again. This was promised to be like the most ambitious post-launch for any Assassin's Creed game, and as of now, it seems, I mean, it had more DLCs than ever, sure, but in terms of support for the game, I think it's shorter than Odyssey. Is it? I think Odyssey did 1 year and a half, and now we are at, well, no, it's more. Like, it's year 2 started in December last year. So yeah, it's 1 year and 4 months, but the support for the game was very much left in December. And to answer your question, Hernan, because I tend to speak a lot. To answer your question, I honestly don't know. I would expect the post-launch for Valhalla to be heavily reduced compared to what the devs were planning at the beginning, or like in mid 2020 and 2021, because of this potential upcoming Assassin's Creed Rift game. So I would expect less support for Valhalla than it was anticipated, but I would hope for some support for Valhalla to happen at some point. So it's not amazing as it is. I hope that they at least complete the mastery challenges and Tombs of the Fallen content, but I'm not holding my breath. Hello, Brandon. Welcome to the stream. First time catching the Monday stream. So nice to see you online now. It's been another slow week for AC. Not for me in terms of creating content. I am preparing the very final episode of the Dawn of Ragnarok DLC, and this is where Elise, absolutely not Arno, not Arno's voice, but Elise met Francois Thomas Jacquemin, and he's confronting him with the Templar pin. This is amazing. Like, this mod is so cool because it really adapts every cutscene, even with like external objects like the Templar pin. Yeah, it has Arno's voice, but you can, I don't know, turn the volume off or something if you want to change the story and like change your headcanon. It's so cool. Like, it really adapts to the to the requirements of the cutscene, which is super interesting. So do we have the Ostara Festival this week? I honestly don't know. It should have been 3 weeks ago. As far as I know, because I haven't gone back to Valhalla in quite some time. And when I did, it was to record stuff in Dawn of Ragnarok, so I didn't check Ravenstar. But I was told, or I saw online, that the settlement is now in the classic situation pre-festival, where there's like some buildings being prepared for the festival, but the festival hasn't been released yet, and there has been no word about the festival, the Ostara festival. So we're getting closer and closer to summer, so I don't know what is going to happen now. They did pre-announce the Yule festival before December, so they should pre-announce Ostara before making it available. But at this point, after 4 months of complete darkness, I don't know. I don't know what might happen. At some point, they will be back. I don't know when. Crafting Ranger, welcome to the stream. I am late like year 2. That's amazing. I like that. Tailgate, welcome to the stream. Yes, this is a mod. You can't do that in the main game. It is a mod, but it's a cool mod. It works. If properly set, it is. It's a mod by I forgot his name. Sorry, by Halzoid98. And it applies to free roam exploration, to the missions of the main game, and also in the Dead Kings DLC. I think maybe later we can try and fast travel to Franciad and see if it works there as well, which is pretty cool. So yeah. Good afternoon, good afternoon, Doomslayer. Welcome to the stream again. So nice to see you. So nice to see you all. It's becoming a pleasure to wait for Monday and to see you all and to check on you and say how is your week? How has your week been? How was the weekend? Ferrari won in F1, and thus I am dressing in red, but also with the Assassin's Creed Unity hood. So celebrating everything today at the same time. How is everyone doing? I just watched Sonic 2. It's a good movie. I saw a lot of people saying that it is. I haven't watched the first one yet. At some point we will. I think I read somewhere that Jim Carrey said that he's not going to do any more Sonic games. So they might have to recast Dr. Robotnik, I guess. With how unpopular Dawn of Ragnarok was, I really hope they learn from their mistakes with this DLC and work on Rift more, but I'm definitely keeping my hopes down. Except for the soundtrack, which are usually good. Yes, like the soundtracks for any kind of Assassin's Creed, even the mobile games, even the Chronicles games, even not the AAA games, even just the DLCs, all the soundtracks are always amazing. And especially every soundtrack has that one piece, the one track that you would stay there and listen to it for hours. I was and I loved the soundtrack of Dawn of Ragnarok. Like there's some amazing pieces in there. Stephanie Economou is becoming one of my favorite composers for AC. She started slowly from the DLC. She did Siege of Paris and Dawn of Ragnarok. I would expect them at some point to give her a main game, because like those soundtracks were pretty amazing, honestly. And yeah, I do hope that they're going to work a bit more on Rift, especially because if it does indeed feature Basim and Baghdad, as the rumors are saying, there's such a huge potential for some AC lore, for some Isu lore, but also for a lot of callbacks to the old AC games. For going back to the Middle East, I would expect a lot of callbacks to AC1, and also some direct lore references to how the Hidden Ones were a few centuries before they transitioned into the assassins, into the Assassin Brotherhood. These streams are great. Come on, Atef, you're so kind. Thank you so much, and thank you all guys for joining us today as well. I think that the Monday streams are a very good way to kick off the week, to revisit some of the iconic moments that we have played in old AC games. Look at that, even the hair physics, for what it was in Unity, it changes as you move with Elise. Of course, because like the head and the hair is tied to the model, so the moment you move the Elise's hair, they do adjust. That's so cool. Hello Six Keys, welcome to the stream. So nice to see you again. We're trying something different today. We're having a Templar infiltrating some Templar based or paid guards. And Elise defending Germain is something that I wouldn't have expected to see, but there we are. There is a vinyl release of Valhalla out. Yes, well, not the one for Valhalla's main game. There were some vinyls released. Do you say vinyls or vinyls? I think it's vinyls. They were released by Lakeshore Records last year for Valhalla's main game, and now they are releasing some new copies based on the soundtrack for Dawn of Ragnarok, which is, in my opinion, it's very, very good. So I actually ordered one of those to add to the collection. I think it's the only collectible I will have for Dawn of Ragnarok. Yes, I would say. Hello Jackals, welcome to the stream. I think what is most likely going to happen is that the next update we get for ACV for Valhalla is going to be the last update, and then they're going to focus on Rift. I do hope that at least they have one update left and not 0. I would expect more than one update because they can't really go back that much on the promise of a year 2. I think they could get away with the idea of having a shrinked year 2 of content, so much less content, because we already passed the first third of the year. Well, the first fourth of the year. I wouldn't expect only one update, otherwise they would really have to have some communication saying, hey, we're sorry, we're gonna change the strategy, we're not gonna support Valhalla anymore, or something like that. Like, they either have to communicate on like the strategy being majorly changed, or they will have to follow up with what they announced. They can't just drop the last update and then bye-bye, this is the new game. I don't think they can do that. Surely if they announce a new game, it's going to be hard for them to promote the new game and at the same time promote support for the old game. That's very difficult. That would very much confuse most of the fans. Hello Game Boy SR, and of course it wouldn't be an Access the Animo stream without our dog barking, so we checked that out. I wonder how many cats are around our house now distracting Dasha. Game Boy SR, welcome to the stream. So nice to see you in the stream as well, and not only in our comments. We'll probably get a lot of Loki / Alethea dialogue, so I'm hoping for some juicy Sulor as well. I'm not sure about that. It depends how they build this supposedly Rift game, supposedly announced Rift game. If it really takes place before Valhalla, it depends on how much of the modern day it has, and if they're going to have a direction where you are in the modern day playing as Basim, revisiting his old memories to search for something, then yeah, we might have a number of videos dedicated to no, I was distracted. A number of dialogues between Loki and Lithia. But if we're actually going to have less modern day and more focus on the historical part, the historical part could be very much focused on young Basim, and that would mean no dialogues with Lithia. It would be disappointing to end Valhalla on such a bad note without ending Eivor's story. I really, really would like to see Eivor's story being completed in the next video that we're going to release within the end of the week, and the last episode of the analysis for Dawn of Ragnarok. Towards the end, I'm going to share a tiny, not really tiny, theory about why Eivor might be back, or might have been back to England towards the final part of her life. But yeah, it would feel very bad. Look at that. Elise's model interacting with external objects easily as if it was Arno's model. That's so cool. But yeah, what was I got distracted. Never miss a Monday stream. Kazakage, welcome to the stream. That's an entrance. That's absolutely an entrance. Oh my god, I forgot about Uno Valhalla. We can keep forgetting about Uno Valhalla. That never happened. I mean, I was thinking, I was talking about the theory. There's going to be a tiny theory about why Eivor is going to go back to England towards the final, her final moments in her life, which we don't know if she was young or old. She might have been still young and then she died for some reason, or she went there. It would be more poetic if she went there when she was old. But who knows, really. 6 keys. I love the little details in Unity's animations, like Elise, Arno placing their hand against an object while sneaking around them. That's, yeah, I love all of those. Like the animations in Unity, all the very little details in the navigation, not only in parkour, but the way in which you're moving in the crowd, the way in which you are moving around obstacles. It's something that was elaborated on in Syndicate, yes, but we have lost a lot of that in the recent games, in the recent RPG games. UB games tend to be really chatty, for the better or worse, and usually there is dialogue where when you go from place to place, and since you have, how do you know that? Yeah, I agree with that. I don't expect you to have the staff on Basim the whole time, because if the game takes place before Valhalla, Basim did not have the staff. Basim got the staff only in the modern day, only in 2020. So if he's riding a horse from place to place, he might have visions of Loki, yes, but he should not have any dialogue with Alethea, or like he shouldn't have any piece of Eden with him. Who knows? We don't know anything about his story. Well, we do know something about his story in Baghdad. I'm gonna make a video about that after we're done with Dawn of Ragnarok. After all, Ubisoft seems to be taking her time to announce stuff, so we have time to do our own thing for sure. I think the poor sales for Dawn of Ragnarok may have slowed down development a year or two. Maybe, even though, yes, probably yes, even though the major volume, the biggest volume of money comes from microtransactions rather than DLCs. But yeah, of course, I can absolutely see Ubisoft saying, or like also believing that Dawn of Ragnarok didn't really sell well, which might be a gauge indicating that there's not a lot of interest in Valhalla anymore, which means let's cut on the support for Valhalla. That could be a reasoning that they could have. But it's always very debatable. I would say that it's the topic of the DLC, not necessarily Valhalla as a game or as a context that is feeling old. Sure, after playing a game for a year and a half, the game does feel old for sure, but once you have committed to a 2 years support, you have to expect that the game will feel old after 1 year. That's kind of like a given. How old is Eivor in the last DLC? Nobody knows. Come on. Nobody knows because they really don't make any reference, any historical reference. We do know that the Siege of Paris takes place in 885. I don't recall when Eivor was born. I think she was something around 30 to 40 years old. I'm not sure. That might be a mistake. But in Dawn of Ragnarok, we don't know. We do know that the entirety of the story, so even Eivor's story, takes place after the main game. So that takes place after 878 AD. So that could be Eivor in her 30s, if I'm not mistaken. But the older we have seen Eivor, that's in the Siege of Paris DLC. Supposedly. We don't know when the Eivor missions in Dawn of Ragnarok take place. A few days and weeks ago, I was talking with Lacrosse Damon from the Assassin's Creed Wiki, and he said that some of the tales that Eivor can listen to next to the campfire, they are locked behind some of the missions in the main game. So if you haven't completed them, you are not going to hear the stories at the campfire. So that also proves that Dawn of Ragnarok story, Eivor's story in Dawn of Ragnarok takes place after the main game. Well, we don't know when. I thought Hytham was already his apprentice. We might see that because Hytham's story is... we do know a bit more about Hytham's story after the events of the main game in the newly released book, Sword of the White Horse. But I'm not too sure what we know about his story before Valhalla. And now we're going to do the leap of faith with Elise. Yes. I unironically thought it was a modern day only game. Nah. Sorry. I'm sorry, Game Boy SR. I would hope for a modern day only game. I don't think they're going to never ever do that. I don't think they're going to do that. That's our Elise leap of faith. I think it was one of the plans for AC3 back in 2010 or something. But after that, I don't think they ever thought of having Assassin's Creed only in the modern day. And the reason for that is that, of course, the main element that sells for AC is the historical part. So even if the reason for the historical part to exist is the modern day, of course, the main selling point for any kind of AC is always the historical part, even for the transmedia most of the times. So, yeah. We better get an expanded wardrobe for Basim in modern day with the cringiest, daddiest t-shirts. I mean, the t-shirt in Valhalla already was one. was an in your nose, on your nose t-shirt. Absolutely. So yeah. But again, we'll see about the modern day for Rift. I'm interested to see. Like, I would like to, like, if this is about Basim, I would hope for it to continue Basim's story in the modern day at some point. We'll see. Elise, welcome to the stream. We have Elise's closet in the stream, and of course, this is perfection. She's saying, playing as Elise, of course, and having Elise doing all the assassin stuff. That's not really like her, but of course, like, who cares? And also, it's so nice to see all the close-ups. And of course, using this mod coupled with other mods that allow you to have photo mode in Assassin's Creed Unity, you can take all the pictures that you want of Elise in every assassin-y situation, and also you can play with the light and everything. So it's really cool. Like, this mod coupled with photo mode can allow you for some amazing things. Like, you can take her to the Saint Chapelle and take some amazing pictures. I would imagine that's what I would do if I had time, but I don't have spare time. So hello, Nicholas, welcome to the stream. Ikreik, welcome to the stream. Nicholas is saying, I watched your video about the Isu language and the Saint Denis DLC video you made. Seeing that versus Dawn of Ragnarok, it definitely felt rushed, which is a shame. Still enjoy the gameplay. Yes, it is. I do fully agree, and Sary also fully agrees with that. She very much enjoyed the Isu stuff, the Isu language stuff in Siege of Paris. There was no Isu language in Dawn of Ragnarok, at least that we know of. And at this point, after a month, somebody would have hinted at that, or talked about that, or seen that. And also, that was a direct tie to Assassin's Creed Unity and the Saint Denis Temple. So that was very cool. It was nice to do. We did 3 videos about the that mystery, because it was tied to the Isu language, but also it had fans going to the actual Saint Denis Cathedral close to Paris, which was amazing. Oh, hello, Sif. How did they figure out how to animate the woman? I expected this comment. I was waiting for this. I I didn't want to say it directly, but if a modder was able to animate a woman, and obviously that's just putting Elise's model over Arno's, but if a modder was able to do this, and of course, if I recall correctly, the animator for AC3 mentioned that he talked to the Unity animators sometime after Unity, and they said that they were actually able to make Elise playable in 20 minutes. But apparently they had other directions from the higher-ups. So, yeah, that's... I wish this was possible for multiplayer playing as Elise and Arno. You're meaning for co-op? I don't think that's available. That's when I read the details, this is a mod, by the way, by Halzoid98. You can look this up on the internet. If I recall correctly, the description of the mod mentioned that the mod is available in the main story, in free roam, in the in Franciad, so in the Dead Kings DLC as well. But there was no mention of co-op, so I don't think you can do co-op with this, but you should try. Have a look around, find the mod and try if this works. I mean, we could... I don't know if we are we already in the story at the point where we can do the co-op missions? I think we are. We can try and do
yeah,
that.
okay.
So we can try that, and we might crash the entire game. I don't know. Hello, Assassin's Creed community. Welcome to the stream again. Oh, I'm missing some of the comments. But for the Basim game, my guess now is that it will follow Basim's realization that he's Loki, and him and Hytham meeting Sigurd. Maybe he'll figure out it thanks to him, since Loki knew Tyr. I would expect that towards the end of the game, if that actually happens. Because a part of that already happens in the Song of Glory comic, so I don't think they would do that in the game as well. But maybe Hytham, maybe Basim meeting Hytham, that could be in the game. Basim hearing about Sigurd, that could be a thing. Not sure about Basim meeting Sigurd. We'll see. Elise was the true star of AC Unity. I
hated her.
Sary hated her. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really like how she sometimes, like, there's two sides of this, like how she decided to go on her own path and leaving Arno behind. When you're playing as Arno, that doesn't feel great, but at the same time you feel that she's a character that very much wants to do things her own way without being told what to do, which can always be like a positive and negative element depending on the perspective. So there's there's always like two sides to the characters when we look at them. I have a similar reaction to Aya, the way she is portrayed in Origins. She very much does her own thing. Not always supporting Bayek, because she's very much into Cleopatra and very much believes in her. And thus, when you're playing as Bayek, that doesn't feel great, but at the same time, you do feel like she is very much motivated in what she believes in. So, like I said. See if I'm not here to disappoint. Yeah, of course you're not. I'm willing to test that. Yes, Equake. I suggest you check out this mod by Halzoid98. Even just if that is not available in co-op, at the very least you can take some very cool pictures with photo mode, if you can find the proper mode. Yeah, there is a comic. There's Song of Glory. Usually when they do a comic, they don't do that about something that is already in the game or is going to be shown in the game. Oh, those slow motions in AC Unity are so cool.
Maybe I should pop this through.
Did you watch the Australian GP? Yes, we watched it, and we watched it live. We're not used anymore to watch the Formula 1 Grand Prix pretty early in the morning, and Sary was like, she's a fairly new fan of Formula 1. She has started watching in 2020, and she never watched a race early in the morning. I was actually used to watch Schumacher cheering for Ferrari in the 2000s, and that meant for Italian people to wake up sometimes at 4 or 5 a.m., especially to watch Japan, the Japan Grand Prix. But for Sary, this was something new. But she absolutely nailed it. She was super, like, sometimes she was earlier. She woke up earlier than me, so that was very cool. Like, it was so cool to watch the race. I loved it. Not amazing for science, yes, but I'm sure he is going to go back stronger than ever. I hope that, at least. Elise was manipulative and revenge-driven. She used Arno the whole time. Yes, to a degree at least. If you look at her, from her perspective, she really wanted to avenge her father. And if you read, like, if you play the game and only the game, sure, she does feel like that. If you read the Unity novel instead, which is very much centered on Elise's story, that adds a lot of information that contextualizes Elise and her story and her motivations, which, yeah, it does feel much better as a character. I'm not a huge fan when books have to course correct the depiction of a character, but it still works. To me, it works better than how she is in the game. Oh, good night, Ikrik. I didn't see they were leaving, but thanks for joining us. Good night. Good night. Nicholas, I'm super excited to play Soli. Okay, sorry. Next gen AC games, comparing the jump between Black Flag and Unity. Yes, I'm also pretty excited, but it's gonna take some time, and we're gonna see if it's going to be graphics improvements or some different kind of improvements, because like the next big thing is going to be Infinity, and it feels from what was mentioned about Infinity that it's not like graphics is the main concern there. It's more about delivering content in a different way. So we're gonna see about that. One cool thing, Game Boy SR is saying, one cool thing I found out about Surtur in the Poetic Edda, he is described to come from the south. So it's nice that the reason why Muspelheim is in Africa. Yep. Fingers crossed that that's going to be confirmed in the game, because as of now, I always mention North African Isu for the Muspels, because Darwin McDevitt at some point mentioned on Reddit in one single comment, it kind of like confirmed that the idea by the devs was that Muspelheim was North Africa, but that was outside of the games. It was mentioned on Reddit, so the devs could change that at any time. And all the videos where I said North African Isu would be absolutely incorrect. But at the moment, we still believe that. So, Jetin, I started with Alonso beating Schumacher. Yes, that was 2005 and 2006, I think. So that was right after the Schumacher era in Formula 1, which was, for Italian people, it was amazing. Like, they won every single race. And then it was very difficult after that. Have you guys played any of the Forza Horizon games? As someone who don't know anything about cars, those games are really fun. I think I played at least the demo for Forza Horizon. What was it, 4 or something like that? I remember enjoying a lot some of the Forza Motorsport, like the main games. I didn't play the last one, but I'm a huge fan of driving games. When I'm having calls with friends, I always play driving games as a background, so I don't have to follow any kind of story in any kind of game. So yeah, I wanted to play the most recent Forza game, and then still haven't gotten that. And now I want to play Elden Ring, because I can't find a PlayStation 5, so I can play Horizon, and thus I will piggyback to Elden Ring. Unity should have been like this from the start. What do you mean? Like playing as Elise, or like this graphic level, or no issues, like no bugs? She's like MJ or Spider-Man, very toxic sometimes, Elise. Yes, just like the MJ for Spider-Man. And Arno does move, like he's very agile, kind of like Spider-Man. Hey there, hey Robert, welcome to the stream. Do you think Darby is working on Rift as the narrative director? Also, I hope we can visit Constantinople in the base game or maybe in a DLC. I would say no, I don't think that Darby is working on Rift because I would hope that his expertise is more needed for Assassin's Creed Infinity. Though I would expect at least, well, maybe he is working on Rift. I would expect him to like fully work on Rift, and I don't know what kind of support he can give to to fully work on Infinity and then maybe give some support on Rift, because like Basim was very much one of the characters that he and his team created for Valhalla. So at the very least, I would hope that whichever team is working on Rift would ask him for support in the creation of Basim, to not stray away from the character the way he is depicted in Valhalla. So that's my answer. It's kind of vague because, of course, we don't know anything about Rift. We don't know anything about Infinity, so that's what I can do. Did anybody see the new Miles Morales trailer? No. There is a new trailer? Is that for a series or for a game? Or I don't think I have seen anything about Miles Morales. The last pop culture thing that I saw is that there's a new trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4. But sadly, I never was able to fully play a Kingdom Hearts. I started one and then we never finished one. Also, there are bushes in Unity, but you cannot hide in them. Sadly, this would be pretty useful in here. Oh, this is the cemetery mission. That's where we find a guy, Chrétien. What was his name? I don't remember. La Rose? No, I don't remember. Like this was what we are going to encounter a character that was meant, or like they interpret him to be like a very bad guy in the Templars, and actually he is the only support for Elise in the Templars that we find out in the novel. Lafrenière, Chrétien Lafrenière. Apparently we're not gonna meet him. Apparently we're not gonna meet anybody anytime soon because you died again. But
that's a me.
That's a you, but I'm sure that you're going to manage. Of course, I mean, you are playing as Elise, so you're not stealthy. I mean, you were pretty stealthy actually, but she is not versed in the assassin strategy and in the assassin savoir-faire. So, hello Kozak, welcome to the stream. Just want to say I love your in-depth videos. Great work. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. I really try my best to make them as detailed as possible, which means they take a lot of time to create. But I hope that the end product is fun enough to enjoy and to better understand the intricacies of the AC lore. I hope we're going to do many more once Rift is out, or at least once Rift is announced. Playing as Elise with all the plot from the book. That would have been cool. But of course, the stuff that we get from transmedia is almost never translated into games. It's super dark. And you cannot lit a torch. You cannot light a torch here. You can use Eagle Vision. It's going to be a bit lighter. Jatin is saying, finished Arkham Knight this last weekend. Riddler sucking the soul out of me. 60s, Darby may have some kind of consultant role on Rift, but development on that game would have started while he left Ubisoft for some time. Agreed. Fully agreed on that. Probably he's not in a script writer nor narrative director position in there. I would expect him to be a kind of like a consultant in there, for sure, because he and his team were the creators of the character of Basim's character. So there's gonna be a new Miles Morales movie on October the 27th. Really? Absolutely didn't know about that. Is that a animated movie or like a actual, not actual, but like in a real life movie? Absolutely don't know anything about this. Was it announced today or something? I saw the trailer when I was watching Sonic 2 this weekend. Oh, okay. Absolutely missed everything this weekend. I've gone Anon. Hello chat, hello player. Sorry, I don't know. My name is Marco. Thanks for mentioning that. Welcome to the Access the Anime stream. Welcome to our classic Monday stream. We are playing as Elise in Unity, thanks to a mod by Hazard98. One day I will remember that, but today it is not the day, apparently. But yes, AC Unity, one of the last quote-unquote real AC games for me. I agree. It's one of the games that very much allows you to live the assassin fantasy the most. Like you very much feel like a proper assassin with this kind of with this game. Probably even more than Syndicate. But yeah, it's animated. Okay, I'm very interested in that then. I can't wait to see. I love all the recent animated Spider-Man movies, especially the Spider-Verse ones. So, what do you think is in the vault near Ravensthorpe, showed in the Tombs of the Fallen story? I hope that they finish that. I would expect that to be a prison. Well, there were a lot of prisons, Odin's prisons, in there, like the one hosted the Valkyrie, well, not Valkyrie, but the Isu Hilda, and that map that we see close to Ravensthorpe, that was very good, Sary. The map of the Odin prisons that we see, it does feel like a map that was not as good. It does feel like it's a map where Odin controlled the various prisons that were located in England. So I guess that underneath that control room, we could find something more connected to Odin or his story. And that was also in the Mastery Challenge story, we find out that there's this artifact called Odin's Eye that should lead to the position of a Valkyrie armor or something like that. So we might find some more information about this artifact as well. Hello, Just a White Guy. Welcome to the stream. I find the gameplay in Arkham Knight quite similar to the AC game. It felt quite natural and was surprised how similarly they play. Obviously, the combat in Arkham is miles ahead. Yes, it does feel kind of like AC. I would say especially kind of like AC Syndicate, because you have the rope launcher or whatever it's called in Arkham Knight as well. Like you get to the roofs very easily. You have a very similar thing to the Eagle Vision that allows you to see the enemies. The combat is much cooler in the Arkham games, for sure. It's very smooth, for what I remember. Um, she's dead, yeah. Maybe we'll find someone instead. What do you mean? Game Boy? SR? If Sary is the one playing this, I wish you luck because I died at least 10 times when I did this mission. Kazakage is wishing you.
Yeah, we're at 2.
We are at 2, so you still have 8 tries. If I recall correctly, behind these bars there are some frescoes on the walls, and they were like some important frescoes that are there in this cemetery in Paris. And they were like some quote-unquote weird frescoes about dead men and stuff like that. Don't remember exactly. Well, that was good. You should try and roll around with the big guys.
Yeah.
There we are. These are the frescoes with the dead people. If I recall correctly. Yeah, that's a... Well, weird memories from the Unity times, I guess. I don't get why Desmond died and Eivor brother didn't. The reason for that is that those were different functions of the same item. First, Sigurd was actually the reincarnated version of an Isu, so he could control better that device. Plus, when Desmond touched the pedestal, Juno was actually activating the 6th method of salvation, which it's pretty much a transference of consciousness. So Desmond died and his conscience was transferred into the temple's machinery and then into the Grey, while at the same time Juno's consciousness was released from the Grand Temple. So they were two different uses of a similar artifact, but that's why Desmond died, or more precisely unknowingly transferred his conscience in the Grey. And Juno, Tyr, or I should say Sigurd, actually activated or deactivated the Yggdrasil machine. So completely different functions. Game Boy was saying someone in the sealed tomb. Oh, okay. And not just something. If they're prison, there might be a dead Isu there, I guess. But yeah, that will most likely not happen. I mean, they could find a dead Isu there because we have already found a dead Isu in one of the Odin tombs in the first part of the Tombs of the Fallen activity. We have found the dead body of Hilda. There's only like a skeleton, and you can read some of the documents that we analyzed in our videos. So we could find some more Isu dead bodies, I guess, and some more documents. If they actually are willing to commit to that story and not just leave it hanging. But who knows? Who knows? We'll see. Something I never fully understand is what is Fenrir? An Isu hybrid? We will never know. The idea is that Fenrir... Like, my idea is that Fenrir is just an Isu, but he's the son of an Isu from a group, an Isu ethnicity, the Asgardian Isu. Actually not. He's the son of Loki and Lithia. They're both Greco-Roman Isu. I think that maybe what they are representing here, like, he's a wolf because in the Norse mythology, Fenrir is a wolf. So Eivor is seeing him as a wolf. We can imagine that he was like a big Isu, like a super strong Isu, and for some reason he was pretty powerful, and that's why he was contained and imprisoned up until he was freed, because we get at the end of Dawn of Ragnarok, we get to see that Loki actually freed his son from captivity. So that's more or less like, yeah, Fenrir, he's not a bad doggo. He was a good doggo, actually. So Sary doesn't know. If you don't know what to do, you could put back the HUD from the menu, and maybe the game is telling you what to do. It's in the options. HUD options. Nope. There. Try and put like all shown. And underground resistance, you have to wait in a haystack. So found a haystack. Should be in this yellow area in the map. And then we can remove the HUD once again. In the meantime, I noted in AC3 Remaster that they removed the cutscene where Abstergo put someone in the animus and explained pivot points. It's not in the remastered. I guess that's when he's still controlling Connor. Oh, they removed the final scene where there's like the extraction of Desmond's body after he's killed, and there's like the lucid memories and stuff. They removed that? Really? The pivot points, I remember those. Yeah, well, I think that they removed those because the pivot points, they were part of the online system of AC3. And now AC3 Remastered does not have an online system. So they removed that part. But you should still consider as canon what was established with AC3, not the remastered. So Desmond is dead at the end of AC3 Remastered as well. So nothing changed there. Abstergo got his body, they got his DNA, and they did all the stuff that we see in AC4 with the Sample 617 project. So everything is as it was established in 2012 and 2013. Because there's an alternate reality DLC in AC3. Yeah, well, yeah, that's also true. And that was done by Ubisoft Quebec. The Tyranny King Washington DLC. I guess that Quebec was always into doing magical stuff. And they did great with the Immortals. There are rumors about Immortals 2 being done or developed. I hope that's the case, because it was an amazing game. Oh, you got allies now. And you have to assassinate a guy. It is already being killed, I guess, by your allies. Good job, Elise. You into comics, Marco, apart from AC, like DC and Marvel? I don't have the time. I very much love the style of the American comics and of the Marvel and DC comics, but I never have the time. I remember buying the compact version, the full version of Civil War, and never got around to read it. So if I had more time, I would read a lot of them. I never do, so I can't. At first I thought that Fenrir was connected to the Olympus project, but it doesn't make sense based on the interaction between Juno and Alethea in the Atlantis DLC. Agreed. Wow, that's a huge battle. Better run. Yeah, I don't think that Fenrir was part of the Olympus project. I think that was completely Aita and Juno. I agree with that. I don't think that Fenrir was part of the Olympus project. Even though the scar that he has, I think that the Isu version of, the actual Isu version of Fenrir, he did have a scar. So yeah. I mean, the physical stuff that we can see on Fenrir's body could be a visual representation of what he actually had in the actual Isu story. Maybe Ubisoft can make a game about Hattori Hanzo. Well, actually, I'm that kind of guy. Actually, Hattori Hanzo, appeared in Assassin's Creed already in a mobile game that is not available anymore. It was called Assassin's Creed Memories, and it was a card game, a mobile card game, where while you were playing, you could get cards about new characters in the Assassin's Creed universe, both Templars and Assassins, through time. And if I recall correctly, Hattori Hanzo was actually directly an assassin in Japan. Of course, there was some lore tied to the katanas and to the swords and whatever. I think you can look it up in the Assassin's Creed wiki, and you might find a page dedicated to Hattori Hanzo, and not just him. There's quite, I think, a few historical characters from medieval Japan that were mentioned in there, which was pretty cool, although also pretty sad. Because how many enemies are in there? Sary, can you actually... How is it possible to have so many enemies? Man, Unity was a marvel. I don't think Fenrir was... Okay, yeah, sorry, I missed that. Maybe you... Okay, I already missed that as well. I already said that. I'm late to the party, but this is awesome. Hello! Hello, James. Welcome to the stream. I was waiting for you as well. I was hoping to see some Unity fans joining the stream and see playable Elise. This was a mod that was released, I think, towards the end of March, so it's super fresh. It was released by Halzoid98, so we mentioned him in the description of the stream, so you can look them up and see if you'd like to try the mod as well. Of course, it's only for PC, but it's amazing, especially for Unity fans. Sary has created an army. Yes, but now she has to kill them. Yeah. I mean, you did create an army. That's a plus. I don't know how you're gonna do this because they're following you and they found you again. Mark Twain is in the AC lore since AC2. Yes, that's true. Or was it Revelations? Yeah, that's true. It's a tiny mention, but it's there. Was it Templar, I think? Was he? Don't remember if you have answered this, but do you like new game, new protagonists, or do you like having a bit of continuity like the Ezio games? I would say that I like having closure on characters, and I would hope to have closure on characters in the games and not on transmedia. But that's not how Ubisoft works. That's not how Ubisoft is marketing the games. Every time there's new Assassin's Creed stuff, it's a new character, it's a new setting, because it's also a new fantasy. So, oh, come on. That's the third attempt. We still have 7. 3 down, 7 to go. Maybe I could try. Want me to try?
Please.
Please. What do we have to do? I didn't even check.
You have to kill the guy with the...
Okay, so we have to just find our target. There we go. Okay. So, I would say... No. That's the button.
Oh, you can do.
Well, hello guys. Nope, wrong button. Okay, so that was the idea. Then let's click. Did they see me? What did I do now? It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Nobody saw me. It wasn't the sniper. Absolutely. So let's go and get the sniper. Oh yeah, sorry for the eagle vision on and off. Hello. There we go. Who else? Okay. That should be fine. What else? We can use another smoke bomb, I think. Oh, wait. Who spotted me? Oh. I don't remember how to do anything.
I would run.
You would?
Run.
Yeah. Did I fall? Yes, I did. Yeah, maybe it's time to die. And then the, what was it, 4th attempt?
Yeah, but that doesn't count because you died. Not
Ah, okay, so yeah, sure. This is basically my most perfect stream ever. Yeah, it's sad because it's kind of it's dark. This mission is taking place at night, so so you can't see Elise in her full glory, but soon enough. Fry Twin met Quandale. What's that? I love Evie Fry. This makes me think I have a thing for girls that begin with E. I am sad Arno had to kill Latouche. He did not need to. I would have wanted more of a confrontation between the two. Yeah. Oh, no, that's not the... That's not... It's this button. She doesn't want help.
I'll die by myself.
You want to die by yourself. Okay, that makes sense. I remember being 12 years old when Syndicate came out and having a huge crush on Jacob. Now I find him kind of annoying. Yeah, well. People grow up, and a lot of the stuff that we liked when we were young is not as interesting or entertaining as it was. Wow. Okay. I would expect them to shoot you from down below. Who knows? Eevee best female assassin. A lot of fans in the chat. A lot of Eevee fans in the chat. Would it be weird to replay High Society? How do you... Well, of course, you know the name of all the missions. I don't know if we have done already High Society. I don't even know which High Society... Which mission is High Society? Not here. Let's see, sequence 4 or 3. Not here. Le Roi est mort. I don't think so. Let's try. I don't think we can. Oh yes, of course. Like, High Society is already with Arno, so maybe... Because if I'm not mistaken, the mod works also in Versailles. So, there we go. Yes, it does work. Of course, it works with Arno's voice, so it's not... Oh, Sequence 1, Memory 3, Elise's Templar Initiation, Graduation Party. Yes, so there we are. If I'm not mistaken, this is a mod that swaps Arno and Elise. So we are playing as Elise, and thus when Elise appears, that means we're gonna see Arno in her place. Is the Eve of Fenrir alive in the modern day, or how does Loki want to find his children? We don't know yet, and it's not mentioned in Dawn of Ragnarok. There's something about Loki and his children in Dawn of Ragnarok, but not in the modern day. So we're not spoiling anything for you, Robert, here. So now Elise is going to look at Elise's painting, I guess. Yeah, I know. Elise's favorite. Of course you know, Elise. think you had to go and get the linen here or something. Oh, no, you have to go and put the letter under the door. That feels weird. Elise leaving the letter that would lead to her father's death. I mean, actually, the letter does not lead to her. Oh wow, that shows how the game is built. Like the reflection on there. That was amazing. Hello Orpha, welcome to the stream. Welcome. What do we have here? This is a mod where Elise is infiltrating. Oh my god, are we going to see Arno in the ballroom dress? I don't think so, but we're gonna see. And that kiss, oh my god. What did you make us do, James? Okay, now I want to see what the game does now. Hello. I don't know how to pronounce your Russian name, but welcome to the stream. Did Loki tailgate? Did Loki turn his children into sages or something like that? Who knows? He might have, because at the end of the Dawn of Ragnarok DLC, something happens. I'm not gonna spoil it for because Robert is in the chat, but something happens and Loki can do stuff with his children for sure. Like he can do Isu stuff with them. Then with the facial mapping, she has Arno's exact smile. Yes, it is like the mod very much puts the Elise's model over Arno, so the facial animation, everything works as Arno is supposed to behave in the cutscenes. But at the same time, you have hair physics for Elise, which is I was surprised to see. It makes sense, of course, because it's a 3D model in the space, so the physics work exactly as it's planned. But you did it for the kiss, didn't you, James? But again, Sary was spotted, so we're not gonna see that anytime soon again. She's giving me the evil eye. No, she gave me the thumbs up. But again, you botched it when we tried it the first time, even 2 weeks ago. And you are consistent, which means now you're going to succeed perfectly.
Sure.
Without assassinating them, because you don't have any tool. You should get a few of the contributors together and do the multiplayer mission on Unity for the daily stream on Mondays. That would be cool. We need to find a few people to play the co-op missions. But I would be the weight of the team. I would slow down the entire team, because I still, to this day, after weeks of us playing Unity, I don't remember the button mapping at all. I still mess it up. So James, the idea was exactly that. James said, I have no idea what you're talking about. You absolutely had everything very much in mind. You knew the name of the sequence, the name of the memory. It was sequence 1, memory 3, high society. You know everything about this. Yes, hello Prime RYB. This is indeed a mod. And it's a mod by Halzoid. Yes, Halzoid98. You can look them up on the internet and you can find the mod. Desmond had an illegitimate child with an unknown. I can read English sometimes as well. I know, it's surprising. Desmond had an illegitimate child with an unknown girl, probably in New York. Yes, and this lady brought this child in 2015 in an Abstergo clinic, and they found out his name is Elijah, and they found out that he's a sage. Well, they didn't find out he's a sage. They found out he had a huge concentration of his DNA. And then through the Uprising comics, we found out he's also a sage. And he also has the Koh-i-Noor diamond. He's like the most powerful being in Assassin's Creed, and he's been missing for 6 years now. So, yeah. What if the random woman is Layla? A lot of people have mentioned that. But if the random woman was Layla, Layla would have recognized Desmond. Or would have reacted differently when going into the Grey and into the Yggdrasil tree. So I don't think that is Layla. A lot of people, including our own sources, had made an article about that. But that's not the case. Don't think much about it, Marco. I can do all the co-op missions on my own, even the tournament. Okay, so you could just play, and I'll just be alongside for the ride. Careful, careful. Come on, Sary, you can do it. Come on, Sary. The modder behind this mod is really talented. I wouldn't know if it's difficult or very easy. Surely they made it easy to apply it. Like you need some tools to do this, but at the end of the day, it's an exchange of a single file in 3 folders. So there we go, James. It's the moment of truth, almost. Now we're seeing all the enemies that Arno is going to face throughout his story. They are all here, so we don't only see Jackman at the start of Unity, but we also see all the other Templars. Most of them, at least. Okay. Care to dance, handsome? Oh, Elise is seeing Elise. Okay. A lot of self-respect and love. Never hurt anyone, I guess. So there we go. That's what we're doing today. That's what we're doing now. I hope you are going to enjoy James. This is probably the most underrated AC game. I absolutely agree with this. Nicholas, can you clear up for me how Valka's grandmother ended up in the device at the end of Valhalla? Did Valka bring her there? I feel like I never understood this question. Wait, before going. Sorry. To answer the question, while we are looking at the ballroom for a moment. Yes, I think it's either mentioned that Valka took her. No, it's not mentioned, but she's in a very difficult mind state throughout the entire game, and I think that Valka took her there because otherwise she wouldn't be able to. She wouldn't be able to walk there. She's very old, so which also kind of makes it seem like Valka knows about the Yggdrasil vault, but she never says that openly in the game. So yeah, I would imagine, I don't think it's confirmed, but I would imagine that Valka took her to the Yggdrasil machine. And on that note, I think we can go. So that James James is saying this did not go as I expected. What did you expect? Can you even mention that in the chat? Is that something that you can write? The suspense, the suspense. There we go. This is happening. Okay. A lot of self-love, I guess. This makes it for another meme that we can have. I mean, That's a meme material right there,
Wearing one of my
I
father's
guess.
suits.
All right.
It's not like that. Truth be told, it's a lot of ceremony and pontification. Dollars dead.
All right. I thought Arno and Elise characters would swap. Yeah, love wins. They do swap. They do swap, but in the main game, I guess that the devs fixed Elise's ballroom 3D model in here, and it cannot be changed. But that smile. Thank you, James, for making us witness all of this. The painting of Elise's father in that room fits even more now. Yeah, this is canon. This is absolutely canon. I don't know what to say anymore at this point. Elise really took I Love Myself to the next level, yes. That is what actually happened. Yeah, this was canon, and I have no words. I have nothing more to say. I don't know what to say. But yeah, at this point, because we really want to torture everyone, we are gonna have Elise see his father being killed. Because that's what we're doing today. Is this the right road to that, though? Yeah, I think it is. This is literally the best AC stream ever. I planned, the idea was to have this cool thing that is fresh to see, because you don't always, I don't think a lot of people have played as Elise, because this mod has been released very recently. So the idea was to show some Elise gameplay and some cutscenes at best. I didn't expect this would be...
Well, that was a cutscene.
That was a cutscene, yeah. I can't say that it wasn't. It was a cutscene.
Too much of the king's champagne.
And this is another cutscene, I guess.
Monsieur.
Oh.
Monsieur de la Serre. Monsieur de la Serre.
Oh no.
See there. Come away.
Oh no.
Guards. Help. Murder.
Elise. That happened. And that's how the memory was completed. Can you do this for Origins? What do you mean? You mean swapping Aya for Bayek? I think that can be done. That can be.
Oh, we're back here.
Yeah, of course, we're back here because the mission is. Oh yeah, are you happy that you can die some more times? There is an Origins mod. Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen some pictures. I remember back in the day in 2017 there was this lady who was able to use Aya's character in almost all the open world. I'm not sure. You're welcome, James. I'm not sure if that was only like you can play in the open world without doing the main story stuff. I'm absolutely not up to date on any kind of mod other than this one. So I don't know anything about the mods for Origins. But I think that you can just write down Origins mod Aya and you will find something. Does the costume change in the prison sequence?
No,
Anything
so.
for Sary to run away from this mission, so yes, absolutely. Let's try. And it's in the second sequence, in this one. Let's go and avoid this mission once again. I think that we're going to play as Arno. I think that Bastille Arno is fixed here as it was, as Ballroom Elise was, but let's get surprised that we're gonna see. Oh, that's Elise with her full attire. Now we're going to see almost naked Marquis de Sade. There we go. And then we're going to see Belek mocking Elise. So I guess we're going to go through that as well. I mean, still better than seeing her own father die. I'm glad we at least have the Discovery Tour on console, so I can play as Aya and Basim. Yes! In the Discovery Tours, you can play as so many other characters, which means you could probably play as them in the main game as well. But of course, there's a lot of issues with that in the main game. You have outfits, you have items, you have weapons, so I'm not sure. It does feel, so at least here in Unity, it does feel super perfect and super easy to have this. Like, the model adapts to everything, like even just holding tiny objects in a hand, it works almost flawlessly, I would say. Look at the aristocrat complaining about the bed here. Of course, that makes a lot of sense. Look at, see, even the watch fits pretty well with the hands and Elise's clothes. That's an amazing mod, honestly. Any thoughts on AC Infinity? The easy one would be wait and see. I don't know. I hope that this can lead to some short games and huge RPG games without only focusing on the RPG direction. I hope that this new system, this new approach, can allow for different types of games for AC, and thus to also have some more action adventure games, as it was the case for the early games, and some more compact games, like not huge games. I hope that's the case. I always found the Lafreniere assassination to be very challenging. Needs lots of time to carefully kill all the gunners and then slowly take the guards down. But that's not what we're doing here. We don't do slow stuff. We just go and create an entire army against us. Right, Sary? That's what we do. She's saying
That
yes.
would be possible in Valhalla.
Yeah, you don't get an army of people following you. You get a few, yes. Look at this leaves and the watch. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, I don't know how much work they did, because it's just like you swap the character model for another one. You would expect a lot of issues to happen there, because of course Arno's body and Elise's body are very different, and instead it's so
Smooth.
it's so smooth. It's so crazy. Are they cousin or distant relatives, since they both have Ezio as their ancestor? Who are we talking about? Hello, Big Crab. What's up from Texas? Oh, thank you for subscribing. That was very kind of you. Welcome to the stream. What? Your father was an assassin, Arno? You're reading for that? you're laughing for that? Did you know 16 and Desmond are cousins? Yeah, yes, well, very distant cousins in that. Super distant cousins. They are both they both are descendants, or they both have the genetic material of Ezio. Only that the material that was available to Subject 16 and thus to Abstergo, it only got up until the events of, I think, AC2 or Brotherhood, maybe, because like at some point Ezio had a child with a different not with Sophia, so other children, I guess, and that led to Clay Kaczmarek at the end, and then the proper bloodline led to Desmond. So yeah, they are very distant relatives. So yeah, that's pretty much the explanation. And Arno is Callum Lynch's ancestor, yes, as mentioned by Just White Guy, or at least the movie seems to imply that. There really is a character dressed up as Arno, even though nothing. I mean, that final scene in the movie is aimed at showing that all of Callum's ancestors are there to support him in a way, and that he can see them through the animus. So yes, Arno is an ancestor of Callum, along with other characters. Hold. Ah, okay. That was weird. Okay. Well, Elise, you have learned everything in the Bastille, so surely you can fight them and then attack them. Go, 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 Elise. Good job. Some sword mastery there. Guys, how can I make friends with people? Don't be scared. Don't be scared in social media. You need to find some safe places for sure. We're trying to make our social media as safe as possible for what we can, and even the chat here in the streams. Weirdly enough, we haven't been invaded by.
Not yet.
Not yet. We still have what 20 minutes of streams, of the stream planned. So not yet, but still. Kind of stupid that there are Subject 16's markings in the Bastille. I wouldn't say it is stupid. It's more like they were actually planned to do something really cool with that, and then they dropped it. I think they started a storyline there where they wanted to have more of Subject 16 markings in different prisons in Paris or in France. I don't know. And then they just they just cut that part, and they didn't follow up with that. They didn't do that in Rogue. They didn't do that in the Siege of Paris DLC. I was hoping to see that in Siege of Paris. There was a proper occasion to have that, but apparently either they didn't want to do that or nobody at Ubisoft remembered about this. So I'll take your time. I don't think you have to be fast, or do you?
They should be.
They shot you? Wow. Okay. Oh no, they're not looking at you anymore.
I'm the only one that gets stuck with Unity.
Yeah, I mean,
Parkour.
that is still a record, I guess. Sour grapes, it seems you're fantastic melee fight right there. See, James is very, very kind.
Feel proud.
You feel proud?
Yeah, the first time I died. So.
That was a very fast Belek. That way. Yeah, we are a chill community, as Kazakage is saying. You can talk about anything. You're very welcome. There's no... here in the streams, we're always very easygoing. Not. Sometimes we may criticize Ubisoft but not like not each other. Like we're this is a safe space. We're having fun, playing Assassin's Creed, talking about the story and the lore, the characters. Apparently having characters kiss themselves. That's what we do today, apparently. But yeah, Ubisoft are getting elements of Assassin's Creed. Not surprised, yeah. Well, it is what it is. It's been that way since what? Revelations? After that, maybe.
What? Prison scrambled your brains, old man.
Old man.
This feels
No.
so wrong.
Yeah. Oh, but that's amazing. I can't imagine playing the entire game as Elise. Look at that. Even the hands pretty much almost properly matched.
Goodbye, piss pot.
That's amazing.
You back away from
I still am surprised about this. Come on, come on. And that's it. Ubisoft presents Assassin's Creed Unity. And Ubisoft presents the textures loading because some were not. Hey Marcus, I have a delicious question. Okay. Is Desmond a descendant of Eve? I have the infographics book, and in the genealogy tree, Eve has a question mark. It would make more sense with the actual lore. I have no idea. I don't remember. I mean, what we have seen in Assassin's Creed 2, the Adam and Eve. Oh, we are going to have Elise meeting herself again. Sorry, I was distracted, but look at this.
But after what happened,
I didn't expect this.
Elise,
haven't you done enough to repay my father's kindness?
So after
please.
kissing ourselves now, we're going to quarrel. Of course.
Your father.
We give the full experience.
Full experience. Full experience of self-love and self-hate, I guess. So to go back to the question, I'm not sure.
You an assassin.
We did see in Assassin's Creed 2 that Subject 16
Was that shot?
was tied to Adam, if I recall correctly.
For me to follow in his footsteps.
So I would be surprised to see that Desmond was tied to Eve.
No.
I would expect someone else to be tied to Eve. I wouldn't center too much the stories on
Letter intended.
characters, and especially now that Desmond has died, I wouldn't expect them to just, the characters in the world, just find out that, oh, but Eve was also his ancestor. So now we can have a look at Eve's memories. Like, because we haven't seen a lot of Eve's story. I mean, we do know some information, but because we haven't seen a lot of stuff about her, I would expect, like, they could play the wild card and have another character for some reason being tied to her, and finally have some memories in the Isu era with the proper Isu world and not mythological coating or anything like that. That could be a nice branching to have some missions in an Isu, in real Isu world. Marco, I can't imagine playing the whole game as Elise and 6 keys. Me playing all of Valhalla as Basim. Of course, of course. Guess what I'll be doing? Sorry, Aloy, I have priorities. Elise, how could you betray Elise? I mean, this makes it so easy for any kind of joke, any kind of meme. I guess you can clip any moment from this stream and release it on the internet. We might do that as well, like clip it and post it on social media. Do you think the guy in the truth sequence in ACB was Subject 16 or Desmond himself from the Grey? No, that would be Subject 16. It's true that it looks similar, and I guess that they did Desmond's version from the Grey as Subject 16 from Brotherhood, but that was Desmond in 2012 finding the computer construct of Subject 16 in the Animus. So that was Clay, in my opinion, and I would be saddened to see if they rework that into something else. Desmond is confirmed to be a descendant of Adam. Oh, did I forget that? Okay. Oh yeah, maybe it was mentioned in the books, or maybe in the games. Kind of implying that Adam and Eve were not together, and that Eve, her DNA, the key, is something to be seen. Yes, ish. I mean, that was one of the plans that never came to fruition. The son, your son, was reused in a way. Like, at last they showed that Desmond did have a son, and of course the son was tied to the catastrophe. But the Eve, her key, her DNA, the key, etc., was still left hanging in a way. And now Desmond is fried. Can't wait to try photo mode mods with the Elise mod. Yes, I suggested that earlier in the stream. That's a very good idea. I can't imagine her going to the Saint Chapelle, for example, or whatever, like in any other cool locations in Unity, Notre Dame, or Templar lairs, whatever. You can go in the temple and take pictures close to the Templar flags. That would be cool as well. The stream that launched 1,000 fanfics. Yes. I guess at this point, why not? At this point, we are beyond any limit. So, yeah, let's start fanfic.
What?
It's the stream that started 1,000 fanfics.
Yeah.
Of course it does. I feel like the voice of ACB Truth guy is Nolan North himself. It could be. Even though I think he was listed somewhere. Might have not been. Bayakanaya, Ezio and Christina, Haitham, and CEO, they are nothing compared to my OTP, Elise and Elise.
Best couple ever.
Best couple ever. It would be fun to model swap Jacob with Evie and do the assassination sequences. Yeah, it would feel super weird to have Jacob do the stealth stuff. Do you think they'll ever do something with Desmond and Layla being Adam and Eve? I don't think so, because now they are dead. They're just entities. But we have seen, even from Dawn of Ragnarok, that essences can be taken out of the Grey, sometimes through sacrifices, so who knows? You could throw a smoke bomb in there.
I'm unable to throw things.
Should I do that for you? If I'm able to do that. So. Oh, we don't have it anymore.
Keep moving, however.
Okay. Did we consume all the smoke bombs?
Yeah, probably it is.
So it seems. Good idea, Elise in Germain's office where he has all the Templar flags. That would be pretty cool. Yes. Do you think they'll ever do... Oh, yeah. Okay, so I already answered that. Lasers and the gang had a theory that Desmond became Adam and Layla became Eve, and the ACB Truth Desmond or 16 guided others to Layla slash Eve, and not particularly Desmond, thus completing the Adam and Eve plot. I would have to think about that to see if it works. I mean, it wasn't a computer construct, so maybe they were able to have the to have actual Desmond and Layla project themselves in the past to Desmond's, kind of like in Interstellar. Could be cool. I don't see that happening. It would make things way more complicated than they already are, but could be. Next stream spoilers: the Evie twins fight each other for the liberation of London. Okay. Oh yeah. We can see if there are mods.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Let's get rid of Jacob and just play as Evie. Infinite timelines, they're busy, yes. You can visit shops during these memories to restock. James is always super useful with his suggestions. Can you go there?
No, I don't
Air
think
assassinate
so.
from there? Come on. Yes! There we go. Good job, Sary.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna have to fight all of them.
No, we'll run.
We'll see. What's this, my darling Henry? Assassin's Christmas. Yeah, I can see Evie saying that.
Do not forget who is Grand Master here, La Premiere.
What's this creamy Assassin's Christmas is the most iconic thing in this franchise. Yes. I like that scene. I think Evie's key is Layla's DNA. I'm assuming she was the only one who could slow down the device. So maybe Clay knew to a degree that another catastrophe was coming. Possibly, because Clay had some encounters with Juno. And actually decided of his own will to fulfill Juno's plan in order to make Desmond continue on his path. Syndicator knows me so much. Like all the AC games, it has its pros and cons, in my opinion. I love London as a city. I love Evie as a character. Not as much Jacob, but that's fine. And we didn't have to die 10 times. Sary is super happy. She's going like this. And on that note, I think we can wrap the stream. But we have Bishop talking to us. So let's have Bishop talk. Yes, Sary. They are cheering for you in the chat.
Use them wisely.
If when Rift is announced, you guys should play Valhalla with the Basim mod. I would like to do that. Maybe even earlier. We'll see that. Oh, and this is... Well, James, you saw... Now you can see Elise in the sun. In the proper sun. Maybe we can go on the roof and then have some kind of turnaround. I mean, it's standard Elise, but yeah, that's pretty cool, honestly. It's a very good mod here. I really like Locus and seeing Henry and Evie work together. Yes, that's a pretty good comic. The art style is not too bad as well. In my opinion, is much better than the art style of the comics that we're having now. So yeah. I have to go, unfortunately. Thanks, Orpha, for joining us. You have to go in order to find and rescue the year 2 season pass. Well, I guess we're not gonna see you ever again, Orpha. That was fine, and it was nice meeting you. But yeah, like I mentioned, on that note, while our Elise is doing this acrobatic movements, which are so cool, on that note, I think we can end the stream. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us in this very weird stream, but I loved it so much. I think it's one of the streams that I had the most fun in, and it's all thanks to you guys and the requests that you had and the comments that you made. I loved everything here. So guys, take care, enjoy the rest of the week. We're going to have the final episode to the Dawn of Ragnarok analysis either on Thursday or on Friday, and of course next Monday we're gonna have another Monday stream, probably playing Unity again. We're gonna see what we can do. Maybe we can try and play again as Elise and do some more weird scenes. We had a lot of fun this time. So thank you guys so much. Enjoy the day or the evening wherever you are. Take care, and I'll see you on the next video and next Monday for the next stream. Bye.